We will fight, Mia.
I cannot let you leave.
Wait your life. Yeah. Jesus Christ, my health. Jesus, okay, visual these. She's invisible under the sun? Okay. Neyse ama Brooks'a mecbur. You'll say from a Brooks'a. How do deflect personal attacks? You can do that? Juliet. Where? Got it. I'm protected. Connect with the Breccia. Ela é a Matrix das bruxas. You can't do that. I missed.
Carrying all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the table, though?
So Geralt encountered killing self-defense at Corvo Blanco differed from other creatures of this sort. Firstly, it was more intelligent, capable even of articulating words in human language without much difficulty. What's more, this Bruxa was tied to the beast, the mysterious murderer prowling Buchalers at the time. Fighting it presented Geralt with quite a challenge. Like other Bruxa, this one possessed strength and speed far above of any human, could turn invisible and could attack using a sonic wave. And is typical for all vampires itself to suck its victim's blood. This meant the usual defense against those creatures, the black blood potion, was an effective weapon against it, as were the mood. Oh. Anna Harrietta. If this world has ever known a ruler who enjoyed the absolute admiration of her subjects without the need for systematic representation or a particularly cruel hangman, it was without a doubt the sovereign of Toussaint, Duchess Anna Henrietta. Called an Arietta by those who know her well, she was the widow of the late lamented Duke Raymond, and one-time lover of a very famous and talented artist who would prefer to remain anonymous. I think I know who you're talking about. A few years prior, when the Witcher and a band of friends were visiting Toussaint, Anna Henrietta had the pleasure of meeting Geralt of Rivia. When a mysterious beast began attacking her courtiers, the Duchess thus knew exactly whom to summon. Gilman Launfal. Gilman Launfal was the very model of the Night Highlands, the placard boy for Toussaint, if you will. When Geralt first met the young man, he was violently thieving of Windmill, which, to be fair, turned out to be a highly ferocious giant. Alright, so that happened.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins.
Ooh, money.
Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast. was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this. Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something. So, Murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Alas, something wicked had arrived at Corvo Bianco vineyard. As the Witcher drew near the estate, yet was still at some distance, battle sounds reached his ears. On arriving, he saw the bodies of guardsmen murdered just moments before by a Bruxa. The Witcher promptly defeated the vampirus, who was not the beast itself, but was clearly in league with it. Yet Geralt could not guess at the link between them, nor the identity of the creature that had inspired the Bruxa's rampage through a vineyard. The Witcher needed information on the beast's precious victims. He supposed that the Duchess might have this, and thus set off to find her. You não tem nenhum item? Obsidians. I love items. Thank you.
Go, go. Hey-ya!
Acho que aqui é melhor ir a pé. That's a Colosseum, if I ever saw one. Sorry.
Have your chit-chat with someone else.
The Camerlengo best of the giants belched.
Ooh, we have stars. Let me see them.
What's happening?
Ah, a professional. I like to trade with your kind. You actually appreciate quality workmanship.
Craft something
I
for
get a
me
craft.
first. Oh, sorry. You can't do it. Fechou. Tu falar Geralt of Ravia. Geralt.
So long.
Geralt. Geraldi. Geraldi para os amigos, exatamente. Ok.
Ah,
Não era Geraldi para os amigos, mas era Geraldi só. Pois, para os amigos.
So long.
Okay, so sweet. Okay, so sweet. Sure.
Good man! I need a fresh set of shoes for my mount. Promptly.
Abercrombed and greft or fluted, whatever your heart's desire.
Let's see what you...
Let's see what you've got in store. Good luck with that. Ooh, Amy. Ooh. Yummy.
Craft something for me. So long.
What are your needs?
Perfect one.
Up!
Let's...
If you insist. If you insist. Who am I to say no?
So long. Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Pomerine, what about the story of Rittik and the dragon?
A tale's for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Not always. Could go either way. Sometimes virtue wins, sometimes villainy gets the upper hand. Still worth being good.
But why? If it doesn't mean you'll win.
Palmerin's story. Think back. A decent man attracts other good folk, makes friends he can count on. A rogue? Well, you can only count on other rogues. And who would you rather have for a friend?
A man of virtue?
I must agree. Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Knight Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Fuck is that?
Someone's gonna fight a Shalmar with only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down.
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
This is dangerous. Bells on its tail aren't enough.
I saw the spectacle of the swords at the arena in Nuremberg. There, a knight defeated a Shelmar with bells on its tail.
Might have gotten lucky. Shalmar might have been lame. Who knows? Only a Witcher has a real chance against a healthy Shalmar. And that's not even every Witcher. Besides which, releasing a monster that dangerous in front of a crowd, plain irresponsible. Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's captor a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go.
Vamos finalmente conhecê-la. Quer dizer, o Geralt já a conhece, mas eu não a conheço. Vamos assistir ao combate para conhecer. My friend, you're back. I'm sorry. Podes ter grande pinta, podes ter grandes turmas, vão matar aí.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Yes, right.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Nossa, mas o budget para este DLC foi. As cutscenes não tinham esta qualidade no Witcher 3 normal. Aqui a CD Projekt aplicou um bom dinheirito.
Damn it.
You're bad. Nossa! He's dead! Tu partiu a coluna.
We have to help him.
E é claro que o Geralt vai lá. Oh my god, what the fuck am I supposed to...
Gotta keep it down.
I don't know his weakness at all. The earth sinners are home to mighty strange and fearsome beasts where they roam. Okay.
The beast heaved its foul girth. Let loose a roar.
Assim, eu estar a jogar este jogo muito fácil é crazy, mas a última vez que eu joguei um DLC do Witcher, simplesmente por dar New Game, lixei-me bastante. Jesus Christ, o Baron foi!
Alas, Palmerin lies prostrate. He has breathed his last breath. Avenge, ye Witcher! And bravely unto death! Like a boy who leads at the last blood, so the Witcher wounds Shelmar than its foul heart.
Mas quero ouvir aquele outro morrer, desculpa lá de dele.
And Shelmar lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade.
Vai lá, fica
Behold,
louco.
as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Isso é como o Alan. Se cala a boca não, você cala a boca não.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Calma. Decisões a esta hora. Calma. Eu vou poupar o bicho porque a culpa não é do bicho.
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Garrett the Merciful! Pikeman, see to the beast.
Mas o budget deste DLC realmente foi feito com tudo. A qualidade das cutscenes está bem.
Not as nimble as in my younger years.
E os gráficos também estão. Mas isso não é do DLC, isso é do upgrade da 4 para a 5. FPS.
Guillaume,
The lad came damned close to die.
Olha aí, vê lá se os gráficos não estão. Vai dar bom.
Fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent.
Ah, afinal ele está vivo.
Speech clearly paints you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Breathtaking.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
and I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk.
Aquela S.
We had been long awaiting
Já,
your rifle.
já
It was nearly lost
adivinhei quem que é a assassina, quem que é a vampira disto tudo.
So spectacular.
Já adivinhei. Acho eu.
Your Grace, Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But whatever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Toss a coin to your witcher,
On the crane.
O
Tell
valley
us,
of plenty.
Have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Ah, ok.
I mean, no. Ugh. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered. Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace, Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsmen handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Yes, Your Grace. The law of surprise. Time-honored.
We shall be candid. The surprises we encounter on a daily basis would be of no value to one such as you. What awaits at the palace are edicts to sign and portraits of suitors from far-off lands. I fear you would find little use for either. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and the sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely,
my
generous
pleasure.
gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times, knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinch.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were Knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunts shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but
They were a team?
they were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure. Your Grace, we need to find Milton immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses! Your Grace!
We are all. Hey, I like her. She doesn't give a fuck.
Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward!
Jesus Christ, Mika, chill.
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me! Faster, get up! Right like the wind!
Slow now.
Okay. Cannot save the game. Eu nem vi se o jogo gravou, já vi o jogo gravou. Ok. A few years prior, when the Witcher and a band of friends were visiting Damien de la Tour, one of the people Geralt encountered at the Asgard court, was Captain Damien de la Tour, the captain of the Ducal Guard. Was absolutely and unconditionally, to say unthinkably, would be unfair yet not entirely inaccurate, devoted to his position and worshipped the ground on the Duchess walkout. If you want my personal opinion, he was most definitely this soldier. He came across as a typical soldier, and Vicheleki, who seeing Geralt immediately decided he must prove who had a more massive unmistakable. Geralt treated this challenge with dispassionate superiority, yet accepted it nevertheless, and I'm doing so earned himself another knowledge.
Your Grace seems right at home in the saddle.
No place like home. Yeah.
This way! Through town! Try not to lose your way!
This place? Yeah.
Sharp right!
Centralized. Hannah Erenitas' time was precious. To get an audience with her was never an easy feat, even more so in those days as the Duchess was overseeing a chivalric tourney playing on a tourney grounds outside the walls of Toussaint's capital. Yet in the end, Geralt faced the one who had summoned him. As they related what each had learned about the beast, thus pulling their knowledge and hypothesis, they did ask the likely identity of its next victim, who could very well prove to be Milton, the Peyrac. Jesus Christ, mas... Eu esqueço sempre que este cavalo... Calma, amiga, espera um pouquinho por mim que este cavalo é mau. Meu Deus, ela já chegou lá. Geralt, estás-te a envergonhar, calma. Ela já chegou lá. Se o assassino estivesse lá, a rainha já teria morrido. Vamos esperar que o assassino não esteja lá. Eu já posso gravar? Já posso, então vou fazer o intro.
You'll not find work here.
It's a witcher!
It's a Witcher!